guys, welcome back. So excuse me guys, my energy today is a little bit low. Not even a little bit, it's like a lot low. Because it's just like it's not, every day is a beautiful day, right? But the weather in LA, it has been kind of gloomy this weekend. Like the sun isn't even out. It wasn't out yesterday, it's not out today. So I think my mood kind of reflects just the weather. And, it's that time of the month. So I have this freaking ugly bump. Ladies know what I'm talking about, that time of the month. So my energy is kind of low. So you guys notice that. You know why? I got this smoothie from one of my favorite places in Hollywood. It's high protein smoothie. So hopefully it can boost my energy. And hopefully as I do this video, I'll be able to get my energy back. Fighting against nature, you guys. You know how that is. But I'm wearing my dashiki that I got from my ex co-worker at the site that I used to work at, that I finished working at this past week. She's from Nigeria. Hi, Asi. But she's from Nigeria, and she gave me this as a going away gift. So it was my last day on Friday. So happy about that. And actually, my mood actually was lifted a little bit, like maybe not even an hour ago, because I was on Dr. Umar Johnson's page, and of course I've been wondering, like, why hasn't he been going live? I know a lot of you guys probably been wondering, like, why hasn't Dr. Umar Johnson been going live? So I was on his fan page, and I discovered something, you guys. I discovered something that really lifted my mood. So I discovered that he has another page. And he says it's an old page that he used to use. He doesn't really use anymore. But I'm thinking that, or I guess he's migrated back to that page. Because he revealed in his most recent live video that he actually made on his old page that Facebook has banned him from going live. And I think it's a temporary ban, because that's just how they usually operate. I've noticed like other Facebook creators who go live, on a regular basis, and sometimes it happens where, people may report them for whatever reason, to Facebook, and Facebook will put a temporary ban. So they didn't get a permanent ban, because obviously those people, some of these Facebook content creators, were able to go live again. For example, one of them I know that I can name off the top of my head is a lady by the name of Safira Allen that I follow. You guys probably know her. She was the passenger on Spirit Airlines, who had, an incident on that airplane. And she, makes all kinds of live videos, talking about different stuff. And they had banned her for a while temporarily, but then she was reinstated. So I'm thinking, okay, if she can get reinstated, Dr. Umar Johnson should be able to get his Facebook Live reinstated. So hopefully, let's just wish for the best for him. But I believe that he will, either way, he migrated to his old page, and I saw, his most recent live video that he did. Actually, this morning, it was a parent teleconference that he recorded. So I'm like, okay, he's back in business. It's really good to see that, he's pushing through the adversity, the hatred. A lot of people want to see him, get shut down just completely. They just want to stop him completely. But it's good to see that, he's pushing through that, and he's not giving up. He's continuing with his mission. Ugh, freaking bomb. And I didn't get a chance to watch the entire live video, because it's mainly directed towards parents, and I'm not a parent, but of course I like to listen to him talk, because he just speaks so powerfully. And hope you guys can hear me. I'm at a park, once again, there are kids and stuff. But, you know, he speaks so powerfully, and, you know, his mission is to stop the school to prison pipeline. You know, a lot of you guys probably aren't aware of what it is, but I think is the best person to explain what it is. He talks about it in his book, Psychoacademic Holocaust. You guys can go check that out. But I just think it's unfortunate that what's happening is like he's being silenced. You know, they're trying to silence him. He's not able to go live. But like I said, I was kind of concerned for a little bit, like, where is Dr. Umar Johnson? What happened, you know? But being that I found his page that he's on, I'm like, okay, you know, he's still in business. You know, it's good to hear that it's not him who decided to, you know, not go live or whatever, or who's, you know, being silent, but it's actually the powers that be, you know, and people using those powers to be to kind of silence him. So that's what's happening, you know. And he actually said in his live video that he made today on that page, his backup page, that he wants people to share. Like, he was like, go ahead and, you know, let people know that he has his page, and he gave the name so he can share the name of the page. But I'm like, honestly, I don't know if that's the best course of action, because I mean, all the hater's gonna do is, you know, search that page on Facebook, find it, and then try to report, you know, his videos. And I feel like, for what? They really don't have grounds, I think, to ban him. You know, like, what grounds do they have to ban this man for educating the black community? You know, like, I know that his views are political and somewhat controversial, but come on. I think that is just so unfortunate, because he helps so many parents. And y'all bear with me. Like I said, you know, today is just, this weekend just isn't my weekend. My energy is very low. I wish I had their energy, those kids that are running around. I really wish I had their energy today, but I don't. But I was thinking, I don't know if that's a good idea. Like, I was going to say, like, the name of his page, and I really want to, but I'm thinking, okay, I know his hater, one of his biggest haters, she follows my page, and I'm like, all she's gonna do is listen to the name and try to go and stalk him, if she probably hasn't already found it, and try to report it, you know, and try to get it shut down. So I'm thinking, okay, what has to be another course of action that he could take so that he can still reach his audience, still do his live videos, and not keep getting shut down, you know? And so I thought about the possibility of him creating a private Facebook page, profile page. Maybe this hasn't the best location. Hopefully you guys can hear me. But I was thinking about maybe the idea of him creating a private Facebook profile page where it's just for members only. You know, people who actually pay, not necessarily a lot of money, but, you know, give him a membership fee. They pay a membership fee where they can be able to access, you know, his page and join in on his live videos, because otherwise it's like, how else, you know, can you do it without getting shut down? People are just gonna hate. You know, it happens. This kind of thing happens. It's happened to me, you know, several times since I've been on Facebook, you know, with my organization and my platform. You know, I've had several Facebook profile pages, and, you know, they've gotten shut down because, not necessarily because, you know, people are trying, or I guess partly people trying to start my mission, but I think mostly because it's like competition. You know, you have businesses that will try to compete with you, or other organizations, you know, want to compete, and, you know, that's just their way of competing by trying to, you know, block what you're doing, you know, and report you and try to get you shut down. They don't really have grounds to do it. You know, and I think it's very unfortunate that Facebook doesn't really do a thorough investigation to see, like, what's going on before they just shut down a person's page, you know, or turn off their live feature. I think it's messed up, you know. I think it's really messed up. Another thing that Facebook doesn't do, they don't give the person who they're shutting their page down, they don't give them a warning. You know, you'll think that they'll say, okay, well, hey, we received a report saying XYZ, you know, this is happening, this is the post. That they don't even do that. They don't even tell you, for the most part, what's wrong a lot of times. For people who get their Facebook Live features disabled, they don't tell you, you know, which post it was or which live video that you created that led up to them, you know, taking away the feature. They just automatically, out of nowhere, you know, just shut it down. It's unfortunate, you know. They don't tell you who made the report or none of that. Now, I know for me, I've received some notices from Facebook saying, oh, well, this post that you share, you know, is inappropriate, and they let me know, you know, occasionally, sometimes, you know, it's not like it's frequently, but that has happened to me where it wasn't necessarily a post that I created, but it's a post that, let's say, I shared, and it would say, you know, we had to remove this post, you know, because it violates community standards. But in this day and age, a lot of things violate community standards. You think about it, it's like you can have a political opinion, you know, on Trump, for example, and someone may take offense to it and report it, and they're like, oh, you violated community standards. So it's just, that's why I feel like we always have to have a backup, because things like this happen, you know, and it's just so unfortunate. So I also want to kind of talk briefly. I don't want to make this a really long video because I don't have the energy to do it. As you guys can see, my energy is just but I want to talk a little bit about Mr. Jamal Johnson's, Dr. Umar Johnson's father, you know, and like I said yesterday, the video that I made on the dream that I had about Dr. Umar Johnson Friday night, I said I was going to talk about what triggered that dream, right? And so I'll talk about that a little bit now. But basically, on Friday night, oh my gosh, I wish they just go away. Let me see. I can get through this, you guys. It's such a huge distraction, those kids. But on Friday night, it was around 10 o'clock. I'm on the West Coast. I'm on Pacific Standard Time. And it had occurred to me that Mr. Jamal Johnson, I hadn't seen any of his posts on Facebook. I was like, you know how you follow someone on Facebook? Like, you're friends with them. That's what I mean by follow. Like, you're friends with them, you know. So, of course, there, now a helicopter want to fly over. Oh, Lord. I think they're getting ready to leave. Thank God. But, so many things trying to work against me, you guys. Nature. Deep breath. That teacher clients breathe in, exhale. Okay, so Friday night, you know, it had occurred to me that I hadn't seen any of Mr. Jamal Johnson's posts, you know, on Facebook and on his YouTube channel, from his YouTube channel, because I'm subscribed to his YouTube channel. And I was wondering, I was like, dang, you know, why haven't I seen, you know, any of his posts in my timeline? So that's what made me go to his Facebook page directly. I searched it, you know, I typed in his name in the search box on Facebook, and I couldn't find his profile. I'm like, okay, his profile isn't coming up. Interesting. And so then I go to YouTube and I search, and then no YouTube channel. You know, his YouTube channel was gone. And so I'm like, I kind of got concerned a little, because I'm like, oh, shoot, you know, what's going on, you know. We already know they're trying to shut down Dr. Umar Johnson's operation, you know. So I'm like, oh, shit, what did happen, you know? Oh, my gosh. Come on with your Ferraris and all of, so much noise, you guys. I probably won't do my live videos at this park anymore, because it's the noise. So like I said, I went to the YouTube, you know, couldn't find his channel, and then being that I was concerned, I sent him a text message. And even though, it was 10 o'clock my time, it was like 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I said to him, I was like, I know this is kind of late. Sorry for the late text, but I'm kind of concerned because I haven't seen any of your posts, and I was wondering, what happened to your profile and YouTube channel? Because it seems kind of unusual, out of nowhere, it's just disappeared. And, after I sent the text, I didn't get a reply. So I figured, okay, it's kind of late, he may be asleep, but, there have been times where we've communicated, and it was late at night, sometimes he stays up late. So I'm like, okay, I don't know. So I waited. But that night, that's when I had the dream. So I think that's what kind of triggered my dream about Dr. Umar Johnson, just my concern and thinking about what was going on with his father, Mr. Jamal Johnson. Like, the dream came to me, when I was sleeping, and I dreamed about Dr. Umar Johnson, which you guys can go check out the video. I talked about that in my last video. And y'all don't know how hard it is for me to focus because I just so many distractions around. But external distractions and internal distractions. But hey, I'm gonna finish this video nonetheless. So I, had the dream, and you guys can go watch the video on that. And he didn't reply. Saturday passed by, he didn't reply. But Sunday, this morning, it's interesting because just as I was like thinking about my video that I was gonna make today, like, I get a text message from him. It's kind of weird, how that, what they call it, the extra sensory perception and whatever it is, how people communicate via like spiritual means. Like, I don't know, but it's like as I was thinking about what I was gonna say and thinking about Mr. Jamal Johnson, like, out of nowhere he sends a text and he was like, everything's good. So I'm like, okay. And he had like a smiley face. I'm like, okay, everything good. But that still doesn't really explain what happened to his Facebook profile and what happened to his YouTube channel, So I'm still a little bit concerned about that because I'm like, But I'm thinking, I doubt that Facebook like shut down his profile, right? Like, sometimes it happens. Like I said, it's actually happened to me, where I've been locked out of my Facebook account. They were like, they will disable your Facebook account just like out of nowhere. And you like, what the fuck? You'll click on the Facebook icon to open the app on your phone, and then you'll get a notice saying something like verify your account, or some type of notice basically saying that you don't have access to your account. And it's just a shock. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe that happened, but what reason will Facebook have to do that to him? Because he's not a negative person. His stuff is not negative. He doesn't share anything. He doesn't have drama like on his page. His Facebook page is strictly dedicated. That's why I respect him so much, because his Facebook page is strictly dedicated to his mission, and his mission is the Stop Killing Us campaign that he's been on. He's finished his march to DC from Pennsylvania. It's all just fighting just to stop police brutality and to stop the black on black crime and killings within our community. That's what his mission is. So his posts, his videos, his posts on Facebook are just strictly focused on that. So that's what kind of concerned me. Like, I don't see why Facebook would do that. That would be really cruel if they would do something. I don't think that's the case. And then the fact that not only on Facebook but on YouTube, so I think it's very unlikely that on both platforms at the same time, like, they would shut him down. Like, I don't know. I don't see that happening, because I think Facebook is totally unrelated to YouTube. I think Facebook and Instagram are owned by the same company, but not Facebook and YouTube. So that wouldn't make sense, for it to be on the side of Facebook and YouTube to shut him down. So I'm thinking maybe, I hate that I always get these updates, but I think it was just, him doing that voluntarily, like shutting his Facebook page down or deactivating it. And on YouTube. I would hope he just didn't go and just delete his channel, because he has a lot of good videos, very, informational videos on his YouTube channel, and just to go and just delete all of his videos, like that would be insane, but I know that there's a feature on YouTube where people can make their videos private or unlisted. I know there's a feature on YouTube people can make their videos private or unlisted, so that if a person goes to their page, no videos will show. So I'm thinking perhaps that was the case, could be, who knows, days from now we may see his Facebook page reappear, because I know on Facebook they give you, if you decide to deactivate your Facebook page, I think they give you 14 days to change your mind, so you can go in the settings and say you want to deactivate your page, and they will begin the process of deactivating it, shutting it down. But then let's say you change your mind. People do that all the time. It happens so frequently. People say, you know what, I'm deleting my Facebook page, and I guess Facebook knows this, right? Because like, who wants to just make a random decision like that, or an emotional decision, like that? People do it all the time though, and then it's permanent, right? So I guess Facebook takes that into account, and they give you 14 days, in case you change your mind, and you can go back in the settings and say, nope, I changed my mind, reactivate it, and everything is still there, like you never deleted it. So I don't know. But like I said, I know that it's common that people do that, and why people do that, I think it's primarily because people feel like, okay, what's the point? I'm on here and I'm sharing information, or I'm creating posts, and no one sees them or no one likes them. So why even bother? What's the point? Why even have a Facebook page and create posts and videos if no one is going to like them or share them, or engage with me on my posts? So people do that, and typically before people decide to do that, they usually give a notice. They say, hey, I'm about to delete my page, this is where you can find me. They kind of give you a warning or a notice before they just do it. I don't remember seeing a notice. Now again, like I said, yes, I'm connected, or I was connected to him on Facebook, but it doesn't mean that I see all of his posts. Like, I see the posts when I log on in my timeline, some of his posts anyway. Just because you follow a person, like follow, meaning that you're connected to them on social media, doesn't necessarily mean that you see every single post that they make. And I know there's been times where, like, I guess he'll post something and he'll message me like, did you see my post? And I'm like, no. Like, which post? Like, what post? Because people make many posts. I don't know which post you're referring to. And then, I'll go to his page and like it. And I don't know. I feel like some people feel like, okay, if they're not getting the interaction or the support, then why even bother? Because that's the whole point. It's like, what's the point in having a Facebook page? It's not just him, but people in general, like especially the authors that are in my organization, that I work with. I get those, like, you see those kind of sentiments coming from them. They're like, they get frustrated. It's very frustrating. Like, you're trying to promote a product, right? Like, for them, it's a book, They're trying to sell their books and promote their books. And it's like, no one sees, their posts, and they may share links, I don't know, 10 times a day. No one likes their links or anything like that. And they're just like, they get frustrated. Like, why even bother? Like, what? I'm deleting my page. And then miraculously, like, when they make the announcement that they're going to delete their page, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, everybody just starts coming in and be like, oh, no, don't go. But it's just like, okay, where are these people when they're making these posts? Like, they're nowhere to be found. But it's not until you say you're going to leave that everybody just comes out of the woodworks all of a sudden and want to be so supportive, So for me, that's why I try to support people, why they're in my presence, right? Like, and not just private. I support people privately, but, I think it's more important to support people publicly. Like, because you'll have people that will support you in private and they want to shame you in public. And it's like, that's kind of backwards, I feel like a real friend or a real supporter, they're going to support you publicly. And that's just how I do it. So, like, share, comment. That's what support consists of on social media. You know, some people just don't get it, you know, and then they wonder why people just disappear. It's like, okay, well, you weren't really supporting me. So it's almost for the person who's creating the content, for them, it's like a waste of time. You're like, fuck it. I remember a situation on YouTube where there was this YouTuber. You guys probably know who she is, Tanya TKO. She's from New York, but she moved out to LA around about the same time I moved to LA. And around that time, you know, she faced some hard financial difficulties, and she ended up becoming homeless. She calls it displaced. You know, she has created actually a whole series, the Displacement Diary, Taya TKO. But yeah, she was, you know, essentially homeless, living in her car, and she started a GoFundMe. All this is public. It's not like private information. This is all public that everybody knows anyway. And so she started a GoFundMe, and I think her goal was, I don't know, $10,000, 15, somewhere between that, $10,000 to $15,000, right? And so she actually raised the amount. But meanwhile, while she was raising, do you know, people, considering her situation, they were attacking. Like, she got attacked, you guys, under so much scrutiny from black people, not white people. Black people, like, came for her. They reported her, were saying, oh, she's a fraud, she's lying, she's taking people money, she's making a whole thing up, she's not really homeless. They just couldn't believe that someone of her stature, being that she actually owned a business called Tanya TKO Skin, very profitable business that she ran out of Brooklyn when she was living in New York City. She had this whole line of skin products. I mean, real legit. Like, you look at the product, look like something you can buy out of Walmart, you know, or beauty supply store. Very legit looking, you know. And, you know, what happened to that? She had ran into some issues, I think, you know, with the IRS. I guess, well, she wasn't reporting, you know, whatever, you know, her funds, and she just ran into some stuff, right? Legally, you know, and I guess that's kind of what led to her just want to start a whole new life. And she came to, you know, LA, and, you know, it's tough. People think, I guess, that it's cheaper, I guess, like LA, living in LA is cheaper than living in New York, but no. If anything, I don't know, LA probably is just as expensive, if not more expensive, than living in New York City. Like, it's pretty costly out here, especially the food. Like, at least in New York City, New York, the food is very affordable. Like, out here in LA, y'all, it costs to live out here. But I don't know. I guess, you know, things happen, right? Things happen. And her goal was to move out to LA and start, I guess, to get a deal, a television deal, right? Because she was a vlogger, but she, you know, created on her YouTube channel a show, you know, the Tiny TKO show, and she actually wanted to, you know, launch a television show out here in Hollywood, as many people do. They move to LA, Hollywood, you know, they want to get on TV and, you know, become famous, and it didn't quite turn out the way she had anticipated. And she fell on some hard financial times, you know. She created the GoFundMe, and amidst that, people were just, like, attacking her, and oh my God, they attacked her so bad, to the point where, and granted, she had been on YouTube for years, you guys. Like, she had amassed over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and this lady went and deleted all of her videos, y'all, on YouTube because of that. Because she was just under so much attack, and I guess she felt like, shit, why bother, you know? Like, why am I creating videos if people are just attacking me and, you know, saying that I'm a fraud and, you know, lying on me and accusing me of stuff? And I guess she just gave it up. You know, she gave up the ghost. And this is while she was homeless. And I felt so bad. It's like, we live in a very cruel world. It's sad, you know. And the fact that it came from, you know, her own people, black people, right? You know, but I did get a chance to meet Tiny TKO around that time. This was like towards the end of her homelessness. We actually met, because being that she was a YouTube partner, YouTube partners actually get access to all YouTube studios. So they have YouTube studios in New York City and LA, and I'm sure other places around the United States, where YouTube content creators who basically are YouTube partners. And to be a YouTube partner, traditionally you only had to have 10,000 channel views. But then I guess so many people actually met that mark, that standard, where they had to increase the standard. So it was no longer that you had to only have 10,000 YouTube channel views, but you had to they increased the benchmark to 1,000 subscribers and over 4,000 hours of total watch time on your channel. And so if you meet that mark, you are granted YouTube partnership. You become a YouTube partner, and as a YouTube partner, you get free access to their YouTube studio. And when she was out here, I don't know why the lighting just changed, I guess. Anyway, while she was out here, in LA, when she was kind of going through the ending phase of her homelessness, she put on a show, I remember. And, she invited people to come out, and actually came out to the taping of her show. Because her show focuses on like love and relationships and stuff like that. And she's also an author. She published, books and things like that. And I came out to, her show at the YouTube studio out here in LA. And it's, by the way, it's a beautiful, big ass studio. Like, they have all kinds of equipment, like professional equipment. They have these rooms that are designed for production. They have the equipment that you need. They have editing rooms. Like, they have the whole shebang, from pre to post production. They have it there. It's at your disposal, if you are a YouTube creator, and it's free. Like, you have free access to these things. Not only that, but it's like opportunities to network with other YouTubers and just, make it big, right? And so, although, she was, homeless, like, she was still, I guess, trying to make things happen, for her brand. And, she put on this show, and I attended, to support her. But it's just unfortunate. Now she's back on YouTube. So thank God. It took her a while, I guess, to kind of swallow the pride and to swallow the pain and just to go through it and deal with it. But she's actually back on YouTube now. But it's in a different capacity. Like, she does tarot card readings now. It's kind of unusual, because she actually, I think, has a master's degree too in counseling. I think she's actually working on her doctorate degree. But she, it's just a different capacity. It's not like it was before. I like her channel before because, she was very more authentic. She did more vlogs, which I like. She's one of the persons that kind of inspired me, I think, to become a YouTube vlogger, because she would. And not only that, but when I was in transition before I moved from Atlanta to New York City, I actually had searched on YouTube videos, about New York City, just to learn about this city and just getting around and the ins and outs of New York. And when I search, on YouTube, like YouTube, let's say I searched New York City vlogs, right? Hers was the first in the search results. Like, she was really big, Her video popped up in the search results, and she would make walking vlogs. That was her big thing. Like, she would make these walking vlogs, of her going around New York City. Not just New York, but she was a travel vlogger too. She went to different countries, and just a very great, magnificent YouTube vlogger, right? And I noticed that just the content of her videos had changed since that happened to her. I think it's just so unfortunate, because I kind of wanted everybody, wanted the old Tanya TKO. She was just more authentic. She was just herself. Like, you was able to see more into her life. But now, I guess she has to protect herself. You can't really see as much into her life. She does live videos on Facebook. And I think sometimes on YouTube, but not as much. But it's mainly like tarot card readings, or she does like reaction videos, but it's not the same how it was. And I mentioned her just to say, just the impact, like, it can, like, this negativity and the hatred of people who don't want to see you make it can have on a person. Like, it can just change you completely, change your whole thing you got going on, completely. And it's unfortunate 'cause people try to stop you, you know. And for a minute, like they, in a way, she took a break, so it's like, okay, they did kind of stop her, but it's good to see that she bounced back. That's the most important thing. Like, she bounced back. She didn't let us, completely take her out. And because I remember when she was going through that, she was like, I ain't making no more videos, I'm not coming back. She actually made a goodbye YouTube video. Like, it was her very, very last video. And it was for a long time. And I think it took her, I don't know, maybe a year. It took her a while to actually come back. And when she came back, her followers were they were still strong. So that's one thing about having a good following, is that although you may take a break, from your work or your platform, it's like, that's how you know you got real followers, because they will always be there. They will always be there to support you. And her followers, were there to support her, on Facebook and on YouTube. They're still there. So I don't know if that's what, I don't know if Mr. Jamal Johnson, is just taking a break. And sometimes it's good to take a break from social media. Like, we need it, I take my occasional breaks, like mini breaks here and there, like I did towards the end of my summer session that just passed, when I was preparing for my finals. Like during finals week, I had to, because I'm like, I gotta focus my attention. I need every bit of brain capacity that I can have to focus on my final exams, because that was a really big deal, and gratefully, obviously, I did pass with A's. But you just got to get focused sometimes and take a break. But not only that, sometimes people just need that mental break from social media, because it can be draining, and then you got people that just are hateful, just got they wake up every day with hate, not love, but they just wake up every day with hate, and they direct that hate towards other people. It's just, it's sad. It really is. And I don't know if that's what's happening with Mr. Jamal Johnson. Like, he's just kind of tired. Maybe he's feeling that he's not getting the support that he should get, because like I said, sometimes, he'll text me like, hey, did you see my post? Trying to get me to see his post, and I'll go to his page and like, yeah, I see it or whatever, and I'll like it, because sometimes, I guess he doesn't get the interaction that he wants. But I encourage every content creator, it's like, don't give up, like, building a platform on social media, it may seem easy for some people, because some people, they create a page and they just get all these likes, and a lot of people watch their live videos, like millions of people, and it seems easy, but it's not that easy. You have to be consistent, and you just can't give up, and the thing is this, it's about content. So some content is more attractive than other content. Just keep it real. I think because we live in a very stressful world, stressful society, like, it's a lot going on. We all know so much stuff going on in the world. It's like people need a break from reality. So I think, obviously, and you guys can see this too for yourselves, what sells and what's attractive on social media is the videos that are comedic. People want a break from reality. It's a comedic relief that people want. So that, wonder when you come across videos with millions of freaking views, and you're like, what is this? It's, people may say, oh, this is some ratchetness, or this is coonery, or something like that. But it's obviously what people want to see. People like that break from reality. Whereas, videos that are a little bit more serious, about protests and marches, is like, nobody. While it's really important, obviously, to our survival as African Americans, it's like, apparently a lot of times people don't want to see that. They scroll right past, like, especially when they get tired of seeing it, like, so much. It's like, people sometimes just don't want to see that. But another thing I want to say before I end, because I don't want to make this too much of a long video, but with respect to Dr. Umar Johnson and how he hasn't been able to go live, not on his own will, but because of Facebook, I would say put a temporary ban, on his live feature. from a business perspective, I would say it could be a good thing that he has that ban, that he hasn't been able to go live, because it basically creates a sense of scarcity. And in business, scarcity is good sometimes. It actually increases the value of whatever you're trying to sell. It increases the value of your brand, your product or service that you are trying to sell. So when things are scarce, the value goes up. So with respect to his live videos, in a sense, his live videos are becoming more scarce. I mean, yes, we have access to his old videos. We're talking about the new videos, It's becoming more scarce, meaning that he's not making as much. We don't have access to as many live videos, new live videos from Dr. Umar Johnson, so that is increasing his value. So, I mean, I know, he's not in it to make money. He said that many times, and it's obvious, because if he was, think about like his parent teleconferences, he could easily charge for those things, especially considering the fact that people are reporting him and they don't want to see him do these live videos. I mean, one quick answer would be to create a membership, members only, where the people have to pay, not necessarily an astronomical amount to access it, but that would be one way to screen people, out, screen the haters. Not to say haters can't afford to purchase a membership, but at least you'll know, because when a person has to purchase a membership, the name, the address, all of that, their information, you have it there, so who is a part of your network, and who's watching your live videos. That would just be my suggestion, but he hasn't done that. He's just like, you know what, I'm making it public and open and free to anybody. And I think on one hand that's good, because that's actually good marketing for his brand. It's good for any brand in business or business organization to have something free that you kind of give away to the public that helps promote your brand. And with him doing the free teleconferences, that especially making it open to the public, anybody can see it. It gets the word out about him, and more people are able to access it, and that helps build his brand. So I think it's wonderful, but I don't know, I have to find another way, because all this reporting, like, people, it's just it's really fucked up. It's really fucked up that people will do that, And I think what it is just like, people, they don't get it. You got people, that's the thing. In life, you have people that will agree with you, people will disagree, Can't expect necessarily everybody to agree with your views, And the people who disagree, instead of them just disagreeing, it's like they become vengeful and hateful. That's a whole nother thing. It's one thing to just disagree and you going about your business. Like, a lot of stuff I see on social media, I don't agree with, but if I don't agree with it, I'm not going to follow it. But these people who disagree, they're so hateful, they actually follow this person. Like, why follow somebody so much every single day if you just disagree with them? All it's doing is just strengthening the hate that you have for that person inside of you. That hate goes deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. To me, that's sad. That's really sick. People are having their hate campaigns against him, trying to instill fear by trying to involve these legal agencies, to, I guess, get him reported to the FBI, the IRS, and it's like, that's bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's just tactics to try to instill fear. And that's the reason why I titled this video, are they trying to silence, Dr. Umar Johnson and Jamal Johnson? Because people will use, in politics, they use fear tactics to try to silence people. Sometimes it's successful and sometimes it's not. And it's good to see, like, when I came across his other backup page, and I saw that, okay, it's not him that's choosing to not go live. It's not Dr. Umar Johnson, y'all. It is Facebook, by way of haters reporting his videos to Facebook. That's what it is. It's people reporting his videos to Facebook. And he said in his most recent video that he did today, it's actually a live video of him recording his parent teleconference that he did this morning. where he shared, you know, what's going on, what the reason why he hasn't been going live. So it's like that was kind of a relief for me to see that, like, okay, I see what's happening. And he was trying to get some advice on, like, okay, is it, you know, did they move the live button? It's like, no, they didn't move it. The live button's still there because obviously I'm making live videos, and the live button is still, they ain't moved the live button. The live button is still there in the same position. That's what they do. Facebook will disable your live feature. That's just what happened. It's unfortunate. It's because it's not because Facebook hate them. It's because people report. Because Facebook, they got, think about it, millions of users, Facebook users. They can't. There's no way that, yes, of course, Facebook has a staff. I've said this before. Facebook does have a staff in an actual physical office location, but there's no way they can monitor with the staff that they have, monitor every single person's move and activity. So they rely on the community standard, so to speak, to do that, you know, and people to use those community standards, you know, to report people, you know, for violating those standards. So my sentiments go out to Dr. Umar Johnson and Mr. Jamal Johnson. You know, my final remarks, I guess, in this video is just that I just hope they just don't give up. You know, they both have very important missions that they're on. You know, Dr. Umar Johnson's focus is on children, you know, and the families, and breaking the school to prison pipeline. Mr. Jamal Johnson, his father's mission is on, you know, trying to reduce or stop police brutality, which I don't think that we'll ever be able to necessarily completely stop it, you know, because racism is just going to be here. But, you know, at least he's doing what he can to raise awareness on this issue and to fight and to protest against it. Like I've told him before, like, I appreciate you for what you're doing, because it's not easy work. It's not easy work to go out there, you know, wear this sign and put yourself out there on the front lines. It's one thing to turn on a camera and record, you know, and to speak out against what's happening, you know, against black people, because you're behind the screen. But it's a totally another thing to be out there in the front lines, in front of police, in front of, you know, facing white supremacists face to face, and say the same thing. It's just, it's two totally different things. And so I told him I have the utmost respect for him. It's a lot of hard work. But, you know, I would just hate to see just him just disappear, his channel disappear, and, you know, his work essentially disappear, because he's made some really great videos, you know, showcasing his work and what he's done, his passion. And it would just be unfortunate just to see that just get wiped out. I don't even know if those videos are backed up. Now, we know a lot of Dr. Umar Johnson's videos, you know, are backed up because people download them. Like, the moment he makes a video, it's like people download his videos and they re-upload them. So I don't think Dr. Umar Johnson's stuff is ever going to go away. But as far as Mr. Jamal Johnson, I don't know. I don't know if he has a backup. I don't know if people are downloading, you know, his stuff, because his channel, you know, obviously, you know, people know that that's his dad, but some people don't know that Mr. Jamal Johnson is Dr. Umar Johnson's father, and they don't even know about his channel or his Facebook page, you know, unless they care enough to look it up, you know. So, y'all, we gotta stand together. Like, I want to see more people, you know, support him. And I think what it is some people are kind of withdrawing their support, or kind of just playing it safe and trying to step back away from it because of the controversy. That's all politics, y'all. See, politics will see a black leader, identify a black leader, and see what they're doing, and create controversy around that leader so that people turn away from them. Because when you have a person that's doing good for the black community, right, and then you pair that with controversy, it's going to create an adverse reaction. This is all behaviorism, you guys. It's going to create an adverse reaction to the people that follow this good leader. when you have controversy paired with a good leader, people are like, you know what, I don't want to be a part of that, and especially for a person like myself who has spoken out against these people and have expressed my public support of Dr. Umar Johnson. You have people that want to come and attack me, and then people see that because it's like, okay, we're made examples of, in a sense, because people say, oh, well, this person supported Dr. Umar Johnson and she got attacked. I don't want to get attacked, so I'm not going to create a video or even a post for that matter and express my public support of Dr. Umar Johnson or even his father, Mr. Jamal Johnson, because people just, they don't want that. They don't want to be a part of the drama or the controversy. They just want to step back. They don't want to be attacked. I mean, who wants to be attacked? But for me, I feel like, you know what, I'm willing to sacrifice. It's unfortunate, but it's like when you know that the mission is just as strong, it's like, it's really about the mission. The FDMG Academy is beautiful. I like to see positive things. Like, that's what I support, and as far as Mr. Jamal Johnson, it's about the Stop Killing Us campaign. That's what we support. They just are the mechanisms for that change. But, I feel like we got to just be strong. And if more of us can come together, we can overcome the negativity. We can beat the controversy, Fuck the controversy. We always going to have that, But we have to know that it's about us as a black community. It's not necessarily about one particular person, or a leader, It's about the mission, y'all. It's about our lives. The black community. If you care about the future of the black community, then you just have to be bold. We have to, not worry about the controversy or being attacked, so to speak. Yes, it's going to happen, but we're protected. We protect ourselves, and guess what? We are under God's protection. So we will be all right. That's how I look at it. Like, I will be all right, People can say what they want to say and try to do what they want to do to try to dismantle our support. But for me, maybe I'm just weird as hell. But for me, when I see somebody is trying to attack me or stop, that make me go harder. That just make me go even harder. Now you guys know I'm in a PhD program, so of course, my time has to be allocated towards that. So I can't get on here every single day and necessarily make a video in support of Dr. Umar Johnson, because I have other things going on, like I only have but so much brain capacity, and I have to kind of direct that towards certain things at certain times. But it's the weekend. I have some times like, okay, let me speak on these issues, but I can't be the only one. And I just want to see more people step out, like, the leaders. I would really want to see people who have a major platform. My platform only but so big, I want to see people who have a bigger platform than I have step out. I challenge you guys. Everybody want to participate in all these challenges and stuff that really don't mean anything, but I challenge people who have big platforms. I'm talking about 100,000 plus subscribers or followers on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, to rise to the plate. Don't be scared, and then we can just have each other's back in this situation, and we'll be a force to be reckoned with. They can't touch us, and we really, but you know why they fuck with us? Because they see it's so much division, and it was all part of the plan around the holidays, in the last year, this whole Dr. Umar Johnson, Tariq Nasheed, Dr. Boyd, all of that. See, that's what they do. Don't you understand how warfare works? They see, okay, these are our leaders. They all basically are saying the same thing, which means they're all on the same page, which is great. And they saw that. They saw it was all on the same page, kind of speaking generally the same thing against white supremacy. And they try to come in and create division and divide us, and try to pin us against each other. And we gotta be smart enough to recognize when they try to pin us against each other. That's why I ain't buy that shit. Motherfucker Dr. Umar Johnson hater who was trying to destroy him and his campaign wanna try to pin me against him. Saying things to try to pin me against him and vice versa, pin him against me. They'll try to pin even their followers against each other. trying to pin me against, you know, his I think his assistant. And I'm just like, are you serious? I don't have nothing against nobody who's for black people. You know, but we have to be smart enough to recognize when they try to use those kind of tactics, y'all. It's a tactic, and we can't let it be successful. That's why I say I go even harder, because I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to separate us, you know? And we got to be smart enough to say, nah, we're going to let that come in between us. What's the overall goal? Keep our focus. What is the overall goal? The mission for the black community. And let's just stay there and encourage each other and support each other, y'all. Let's not bend, let's not fold, man. Have each other back. Back in the day, when the leaders, you know, face trouble, legal trouble, they bail each other out of jail. You know, come on, we stand there, we show up at the courthouse, we show up at the jail, we have their support. Bail them out of jail. That's what we should do today. If it just so happens, worst case scenario, which I don't think is going to happen, I think it's just all propaganda with this whole fucking legal shit that they trying to put against Dr. Umar Johnson. But let's just say, you know, I think it's, like I said, I think it's a very low probability that he will get arrested. But let's just say, you know, you never know. Worst case scenario, right? It happens. Then we should stand by the mission. Don't sit up here and get swayed by people saying, oh, you're an Umarian. So they try to put this name, this label on you to dissuade you from supporting him. Don't buy into that. Because it's not about you becoming an Umarian. It's about you fighting for black lives. You fighting for the mission, the cause that he's supporting, that he's, you know, that he's about. Be smart enough to say, no, I'm going to stand by him. We come together as a community and fight for him. Bail him out of jail. Put up some money. I mean, maybe I'm speaking too much, but let me go ahead and go. That's why you just gotta be all on one accord, y'all. You have to be all on one accord. Stand strong. Don't let nothing come in between that. But I'm gonna catch you guys in the next vlog. Thank you guys for tuning in. Feel free to share. Be easy because I'm tired. All right. Bye.